Hello, my dear. Petra here. Welcome back. Today, I want to talk to you about the abundance reset. Have you ever felt like you're doing all the inner work, the journaling, the affirmations, the meditations, but your life still feels like a grey, repetitive loop? You're saying the words, I am wealthy, but you are saying them while wearing the same tattered sweatpants you have had for 6 years. You are affirming endless opportunities while sitting in a cluttered room eating the same bland toast for the third morning in a row. There's a silent, massive disconnection between your words and your walls. Most people think they need $1 million to start living an abundant life. They think the style comes after the success, but I have it backward. Abundance isn't a destination you arrive at, it's a frequency you broadcast, and your brain is constantly taking cues from your physical environment to decide what that frequency should be. If your environment says stagnation, your mind will produce stagnant ideas. Today, I want to show you how to hijack that system. We are going to talk about the physical micro shifts, how you dress, how you eat, and how you reorganize your space to signal to your subconscious that the possibilities are actually infinite. And we are going to do it for almost $0. So stay with me until the end because I'm giving you a sensory pivot challenge that will change how you feel in exactly 24 hours. For a long time, I lived in a sea of black, gray, and navy. I told myself it was because I was minimalist or because I wanted an easy morning routine. But if I'm being honest with myself and with you, it was a camouflage I was hiding. I realized that my wardrobe was a physical manifestation of my fear of taking up space. I didn't feel worthy of being noticed yet because I hadn't hit my financial goals. I was waiting for a bank balance to give me permission to be vibrant. I remember the first day I decided to break this rule. I was at a second-hand shop and found this shirt. It was a vibrant, almost aggressive shade of royal blue. I bought it for $5. The first time I wore it out, I felt exposed. I felt like people were looking at me, and my scarcity brain started whispering, who do you think you are? You are not a success yet. Tone it down. But as I walked, my posture changed. I stopped slouching to hide my outfit. I made more eye contact. I realized that by wearing color, I was telling the world and my own nervous system that I wasn't afraid to be seen. Color is energy. Nature isn't just gray, it's neon green, deep violet, and burnt orange. When you intentionally add color to your day, you are breaking the poverty of monotony. Yellow, for example, triggers the nervous system to feel optimistic. Red signals power and groundedness. Green is the color of growth and expansions. If you are stuck in a rut, stop wearing the uniform of the stock. You don't need a designer label, you just need to stop dressing like you are trying to disappear. Go to your closet today and find that one piece you save for special occasions. Wear it to the grocery store. Tell your brain the special occasion is that I am alive. Another important thing has to do with food. In general, we are creatures of habit. Most of us eat the same 5 meals on a loop. We buy the same groceries from the same aisles at the same store. We think we are being efficient, but we are actually narrowing our field of possibility. If you eat the same thing every day, you are enforcing a limited menu mindset. You are telling your brain that the world only has 5 flavors to offer you. I used to eat purely for fuel. I'd have the same bowl of plain oats every morning. It was safe. It was predictable. But one morning I went to a local market and saw a dragon fruit. It was pink, spiky, and weird. It was also $4. My scarcity brain immediately spoke up. It's a waste. You could buy a whole bag of apples for $4. Don't be frivolous. I bought it anyway. I sat at my kitchen table, cut it open, and looked at the white and black speckles inside. It was beautiful. For those 10 minutes, I wasn't just eating, I was exploring, I was experiencing something new. That $4 fruit made me feel richer than $100 dinner ever had because it broke the loop of the usual. Abundance is variety. This week, I want you to go to the store and buy one ingredient you have never tasted, a different spice, a tropical fruit, a strange vegetable. By introducing new flavors, you are training your brain to expect and look for new opportunities in your career and relationships. You are teaching yourself that the world is a buffet and not a ration line. If you can't handle the risk of a new fruit, how will you handle the risk of a new business idea? Another important thing is the environment around you. Your home is the hard drive of your subconscious. If your environment is cluttered, stagnant, or feels temporary, your mind will reflect that. I used to live in what I called the waiting room. I didn't hang pictures on the walls because I told myself I'm going to move to a better place eventually. I didn't buy a nice rug because this floor isn't worth it. I was living in a state of deferred abundance. I was treating my current life like it was a rehearsal for a real life that hadn't started yet. One Saturday, I looked at my desk. It was pushed into a dark corner, facing a blank wall. I realized I was literally looking at a wall for 8 hours a day. No wonder I felt stuck. I didn't have money for new furniture, so I just started moving things. I swapped the lamp from the bedroom. I turned my desk to face the window. I cleared off a junk chair that had been piled with laundry for months. I spent $0, but the air in the room literally felt lighter. By reorganizing my space, I was proving that I had the power to change my reality right now. Abundance is order and intention. If your house is a mess, you are telling the universe you don't have room for anything new. You don't need a bigger house. You need to respect the one you have. Clean the windows, let the light let in. Light a candle. Use the good plates that you are saving for a guest. You are the guest of honor in your own life. Now, I want to make a quick distinction here because people often confuse minimalism with scarcity. Minimalism is an abundant choice. It's a saying, I have so much internal peace that I only need a few high quality things to be happy. It's about space. Scarcity, on the other hand, is having less because you are afraid you can handle more. It's having less because you don't think you are worthy of nice. When you reorganize your house or simplify your wardrobe, do it from a place of creation, not deprivation. Ask yourself, does this object represent the person I am becoming or the person I was when I was afraid? If it's the latter, let it go. Making space is the ultimate act of faith that something better is coming to fill it. Now you have stayed this long, which means you are ready to stop talking about abundance and start wearing it. Here is your practical tip, the sensory pivot challenge. In the next 24 hours, I want you to break your scarcity loop in three small physical ways. Visual is the first. Wear one item of clothing that makes you feel bold or joyful, even if it's just a bright scarf or colorful socks. Notice how people react to you and, more importantly, how you react to yourself. The second one is a taste. Eat one thing you have never tried before. Engage all your senses. Smell it. Look at the texture. Savor the flavor. Remind your brain that the world is full of undiscovered things. And the third is spatial. Reorganize one small corner of your home, not the whole house, just one area. A bookshelf, your nightstand, or even your desktop icons. Move the energy. As you do these things, I want you to say this out loud. I'm open to the infinite variety of life. You aren't just changing your clothes or your furniture, you are stretching your capacity to receive. You are proving to yourself that even with $0, you can move from stagnation to creation. Abundance is a choice of a perspective before it's a collection of things. It's the realization that wealth is simply the ability to experience life fully. When you change your colors, your flavors, and your space, you're telling the universe, I'm ready for more. If you're going to take the sensory pivot challenge, I want you to comment the word open down below. Tell me which of the three shifts you're going to do first. I'll be reading the comments and cheering you on. And if this reverse perspective help you realize that you don't need to wait for a bank deposit to start feeling abundant, please hit the like button. It helps this message reach the people who need to hear it most. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the mechanics of a truly wealthy life. I'll see you in the next one.